Full-time in the under-23s of NPL New South Wales Women's. The final score, Manly United 4, Bulls FC 1. The goal scorers from Manly United, Peyton Starner in the 9th minute, India Horsley in the 13th minute, Bonnie Adams in the 85th minute, and Jasmine Robinson in the 86th minute. While the sole goal for Bulls FC coming from an own goal in the 44th minute.
Manly United would like to thank the following businesses for their support for the 2025 season: Community Bank Freshwater, Brown Brothers Skip Bins, Ray White, Brookvale Mazda, Manly Spirits, DYRSL, Lion Sport Travel, Bingley Valgalla and Monavale, JB Metropolitan, CMS Surveyors, Auto Body Smash Repairs, Brookvale Aluminium, Amazon Power Assay, Benedict Recycling and Building Materials, Blue Dog Signs, Hell Hub, NB Marine, Oxford Falls Grammar School, Vine Apparel, Holiday Estate, Loomis, Manly Pacific Sydney, Metronics, Riggs Brookvale, Grill and Best Team. Now don't forget to head down to the canteen behind the Northern Goal for tea, coffee, cold drinks, snacks, hot food or one of Cromer Park's famous chicken schnitzel rolls. And if you're after a meal or a drink, the Licence Club, the Far Post, is open from midday every Saturday and Sunday on the eastern side of the field.
I'll build Benz is here. They've been servicing the Northern Beaches and surrounds for over 40 years. Next time you think skip bins, think Brown Brothers. Reliable service and eco-friendly operation, what they do best. Brown Brothers have planted over 16,000 trees and recycled over 80% of their collections. At Brown Brothers, they live and breathe skip bins. So go on, skip the mess, just burn for the best. Call on 9999 6466 or get a fast quote at brownbrothersbins.com.au. Brown Brothers Skip Bins, their business is picking up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can confirm that the lineups for our main game of NPL New South Wales Women's between your Manly United FC and Bulls FC are now confirmed and they are as follows. For Bulls FC, number 1, Mion Nemoto. Number 5, Elizabeth Gray. Number 6, Anna Hogarth Scott. Number 8, Claudia Valletta. Number 10, Tamara Souza. Number 11, Daniela Naimi. Number 12, Jasmine Melody. Number 14, Patria Phillips. Number 16, Isabella Coco de Scipio. Number 17, Janaya Dos Santos. And number 18, Gemma Ferris. And on the bench, number 2, Alessia Risotto. Number 3, Ruby Davies. Number 4, Cecilia Valletta. Number 13, Grace Johns. Number 33, Jay Gouchon. And number 61, Lily Taylor. Number 2, Phoebe Gilbane. Number 5, Nicole Stewart. Number 6, Ruby Jackson. Number 7, Sienna Dale. Number 8, Anita Zordan. Number 10, Alexia Fauna. Number 12, Sian Bozanic. Number 16, Lucy Richards. Number 23, Gemma Sweetnam. And number 37, Chloe O'Brien. And on the bench, number 4, Leah Burton. Number 11, Tegan Biassi. Number 13, Bonnie Adams. Number 14, Jodie Drever. Number 20, Ellie Kerr. And number 22, Ava Roberts. Those are the lineups for NPL New South Wales Women's between your Manly United FC and Bulls FC Academy. Kick off in 4 minutes.
One more? Okay, so Manly United coming into this game in 5th place, looking for a boost to reach those top 4 final spots. Bulls FC Academy on top of the league, only one loss in their last 15 games. Move on.
NPL New South Wales Women's, Bulls FC, and your Manly United FC.
South Wales YouTube channel. It's the NPL Women's New South Wales match of the round for round 22. Only 4 rounds left after this one, and we are at the home of football on the Northern Beaches, Cromer Park, for a high-stakes game between two teams who've been brilliant throughout the 2025 season. Aaron's living on here. I made the long trek from the west again to Cromer for this game. And for Manly, they're winless in their last 3. They need 3 points. They really need a boost to their chances of making the top 4 final series at the end of the season. While the Bulls FC Academy, well, you could say it's been a stampede for much of the season as far as Bulls are concerned. Only want to win their last 15 games. They're on the lead. And courtesy of the postponement involving second place Mount Druitt last night, they have a big chance to extend their lead and put pressure on the chasing pack. It's the usual kit for both. The Royal Blue kit for Manly United. Well, no, it's not. It's only the usual kit for Manly because Bulls are in their chain strip. And for a long-time stint, long-time NPL followers, you remember this pattern. It's the red and white colours of Northbridge FC, one of the previous license holders for the club. Now with Goalless FC Academy, I think we've got just enough time to look through the lineup. So firstly, I think we'll go with the visitors. So, the Bulls in goal, number 1 is Theo Walter. Number 5, their captain, fantastic. Liz Gray seems like she's in the team of the week every week. Number 6 is Anna Hodon Scott. Number 8, Courtney Maleta. Number 10, Camila Sosa. Number 11, Daniela Maini. Number 12, Jasmine Belly. Number 14, Patricia Phillips. Number 16, Isabella Coca-Decipio. Bulls top scorer in the season with 10 goals. Number 17, Janaea Dos Santos. Number 18 is Gemma Ferris. On the Bulls bench, backup keepers Lily Taylor. We could also see later on former Manly United youngster Jake Whitton, or Grace Johns, Cecilia Maleta, Ruby Davies, or Alessia Ritsuto. Bulls are coached by Amanda Garces, while from the home side, coached as always by Tom Hockley.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're all set for a start.
Their top scorer, Emily Bennett, is not in action this evening, so the starting lineup for them is in goal number 1, Nicole Simonson. And there's the whistle, away we go. Number 2 is Phoebe Gilbane. Number 5, Nicole Stewart. Number 6, the captain, Ruby Jackson. Number 7, Sienna Dale. Number 8, Anita Zordan. Number 10, Alexia Fauna. Number 12, Sian Bazanic. Number 16, Lucy Richards. Number 23, Gemma Sweetman. And number 37 is Chloe O'Brien. And by the way, Chloe O'Brien, one of the favourite daughters of this particular football club, Manly United, returned this season after some time away. Chloe O'Brien, a double championship winner with Manly in 2017 and 2020, and did come to mind that her return to Manly United was in the corresponding fixture, which would have been round 9, I think, at Northbridge Oval, when Manly travelled away to Bulls, as Zordan chases this one, tries a long-range effort, it's looping, it's high, and the motor was scrambling, but it is over the crossbar with the first shot in anger, and we've had barely a minute of play, and now the referee is signalling for another football. So I'll use this break to run through the Manly bench. So Jodie Draper's the backup keeper. Leah Burton, Bonnie Adams and Ava Roberts usually utilised as defenders. But if Manly feel like they need an attacking option later on, they've got a couple of speed demons on the bench in Tegan Biasi and Ellie Kerr. So let's look at the ladder. So Bulls top on goal difference. I did say Mount Druitt was second going into this round, but of course we had a partially completed round this one because of a couple of games played yesterday. Currently second, as things stand, is RPL Leichhardt after their 3-0 win at the Arctic Circle yesterday in sometimes challenging conditions, but the customary goal for the Queen of Blacktown, Ashley Crofts, meant RPL won 3-0 away to Spirits. And I think the other goals from memory, Mona Walker and I'll get back to you on the other one. Sorry to everyone at Apia, but anyway, Apia Leichhardt on 42 points in second place. Goal difference plus 16. Bulls top of the table. 42 points, goal difference at plus 21. And, well, they're game in hand on Apia. Well, they're playing this right now, obviously. As Jackson making the run from midfield, but Hogarth Scott gets the foot in there, and it's an early corner, and that has livened up the home faithful, who I would say would be grateful that the weather has behaved itself. Even as late as when I was driving up here, there were some pretty shocking conditions. As I bore you all with my travel details, actually had to change my route because there was a fallen tree on the roads I usually take here, but fingers crossed that it stays like this, because as of right now, it's just about perfect weather for football. Fauna to deliver. And punch from the Moto, but she needs a little bit of help to get it outside of the penalty area. Fauna, backwards to Bozanic. Looks up. Aim for Jackson stayed up following the set piece. It's over her, and Namoto will fall on the ball and immediately rolls it out to try and keep the play moving. And just to complete that picture on the league table, as I said, Bulls and up at 42 points. But, well, gee, Naimi's quick. Sweeten's got to hurry. Naimi will try and catch Simonson a little bit out of position, but the shot's off target, so that's not going to happen. And there, that's a good attacking intent from both sides here in the early stages. Yes, that NPL women's table, Bulls 42 points played 21, RPL 42 points played 22. Mount Druitt, well, they had a postponement because the extreme weather we experienced yesterday led to the postponement of both women's under 23 and women's first grade between Northern Tigers and Mount Druitt Town Rangers. That was meant to be played at North Taramara Recreation Area, so Mount Druitt are now on 40 points played 20 games. So they're going to have a busy month to end the season, because the final day of the season is Sunday 31st of August at the end of this month. Mount Druitt still have 6 games to play, headed from Bilbane. But looking back at the table, 4th place, Illawarra Stingrays, 38 points, played 21. They're in action in the fixture I like to call the Picton Road Plate. They are playing the Macarthur Rams at Linwood Park. Same kickoff time, the same scheduled kickoff time as this one. Headed from Jackson, and Richards will take a touch and then clear it. 5th place, University of New South Wales on 37 points. As Liz Gray goes on the centre-back run, looks up, and is wanting some options, tries to thread it through. Lucy Richards reads the intentions well. Good positioning from the Victorian, who seems to be lining up at left-back today. And now Jasmine Melling, well, her speed will be tested, because Sienna Dale very, very fast. And I think it would be an understatement to say that the Manly United faithful are glad to see Sienna Dale back in action after she suffered an ACL in last year's AFC under 17 championships while on Junior Matilda's duty. She was lucky enough to be on the mic for her return to first grade action. She came on as a sub. What round was this? I'd say it's going to be the round 15 game that Manly played here against Macarthur Rams, and she did score in her first grade debut, which was a great story for the Wakehurst Junior as it's played out from the back. I think that is Ferris looking for a Naimi, but Sweetenham deals with that, and then it's Richards back to O'Brien. So as O'Brien sweeps it back to Simonson. O'Brien and Simonson, 2 long-time Manly United players, 2 stalwarts at this club. And they have the medals to show for it. So, by the way, I did say, as I go back to the table, I did say Manly were 5th. Yeah, 5th as they, before at the start of this round, we're going to have to check on Ruby Jackson. That's an awkward one. Let's see, the physio's already ready to come on. The referee, I think I've seen the Cortese signaling her on, so we've got to check that Jackson is okay, because that looked like it stung, to say the least. Anyway, as of right now, and you could trust that Ruby Jackson's good in the best of hands here. Yes, NSW, they leapfrogged Manly United into 5th place. So they're on 5th place as things stand after winning 3-0 against Gladesville Ravens yesterday. And my good friend Abby Lemon scored the 3rd goal for UNSW at the Village Green, but Abby's mother Kelly tells me the stream was not working at the time that Abby scored that goal, so let's hope that can make its way into the highlights somehow. Let's hope they've got that recorded. Good to see Jackson is sitting up at least. So as things stand, Manly United in 6th place on 35 points. Then Spirit after their defeat to RPA yesterday on 34 points, played 22. By the way, UNSW, Manly and Illawarra played 21. And so, yeah, that's pretty much the top 7. That's all the teams with, shall we say, realistic top 4 finals chances. So, yeah, for the newer fans to this league, it's the simplest possible final structure, who would say. Top 4 make the final series. Week 1, first place 4th, second place 3rd, and then week 2 is the grand final. Even I can understand that. So, Jackson on her feet, so that's good. You do hold your breath whenever a player falls like that, but it looks like she's moving pretty freely, so there'll be possibly some, I reckon, the necessary concussion checks and whatever else needs to be done will be done on the sideline, but hopefully Ruby Jackson will be on the field for too long. But for the time being, Manly United down to 10 players. As touch off Melly, Zordan looking to make something of it, and Richards already supporting the action from left back. That's a good run from Richards. And she did get to it before it crossed the byline, so that's Manly's second corner of the evening. And there we go, Ruby Jackson has passed all the checks. She's going to presumably get into what A-League caller Kate Allman would call the blender, so the middle of the set piece, where presumably Alexia Fauna will aim this one, and the pre-arranged signal has been made by Alexia Fauna. Everyone back for the Bulls. Namoto shouts away, and by a couple of headers, although Zordan looking to return it with interest, and Namoto reckoned the lack of dive meant she realised it was going wide, but still, that was a great strike from Anita Zordan, who's got good shooting technique with both feet, this time the right boot, giving Mia Namoto something to think about. So, I've already mentioned all 3 of the games, at least, that were scheduled for yesterday in NPL Women's New South Wales at round 22. As I said, the fixture I like to call the Culture Clash Derby, Northern Tigers versus Mount Druitt Rangers. That's got to be played at a later date, but yes, there were those wins. 3-0 for a 3-0 win for RPL Leichhardt over Spirit, and a 3-0 win for UNSW over Gladesville Ravens. Could say Gladesville Ravens got taught a footballing lesson yesterday in Kensington, but this is one of 4 NPL women's games that will be played today, all scheduled for a 5 p.m. kickoff. Stewart will chase. She's fast, but even she will not reach that one. So the other concurrent games, as I said, the Picton Road Plate, Macarthur Rams versus Illawarra Stingrays at Linwood Park. For you Blacktown folk out there, that's the Linwood Park in St. Helens Park, not the one in Blacktown. But also up in the Hunter Valley, and we certainly hope there's better weather in the Hunter Valley than there was yesterday, but Ashley Ward will once again go on the scary scissor lift to call Newcastle Jets versus Sydney Olympic in the final game, as hold that thought, flag stays down because Bulls are attacking. Waits for Souza to make the run, the touch lets Souza down. Chance gone. There we go. Richard, she's been full of energy in the early stages, and then it's a great tackle from Jasmine Melly, who certainly felt the after effects, but I'll keep an eye on Melly, but think hopefully it's something she can just walk off as Souza looks to move it out wide to Naomi. And yes, let's see Melly, yep, just a little bit of a sore one, but I think she'll be okay. And in as that ball, good positioning once again from Lucy Richards. But yes, the final of those 5 p.m. games scheduled for today in NPL Women's. It's, what do we call this one? The Talia Capitanellis Trophy. Western Sydney Wanderers versus Sydney University at the Rudy Hill Turf Farm, or Wanderers Football Park for those of you who like government names for grounds. And we'll try and utilize the YouTube channel in my browser, and maybe might go around the grounds later on as the goals fly in. I also do have a long-time Football New South Wales reporter Justin Davies giving updates from the second-tier match of the round, League One Women's, as Cocker DeCipio and O'Brien. Brilliant work from O'Brien in the end. Blocks the cross and also gets the goal kick. But in the League One Women's match of the round, well, as we're going to have to make my just check on Isabella Cocker DeCipio, but it's currently, well, that League One Women's match of the round, by the way, it's St George FC versus Flame, and the weather we've had this weekend, not the best for Flames. They're losing 2-1 to St George. The St George's goals from like the Jordan Baker and Rebecca Cousins. Wow, Jordan Baker scored for St George. Who would have thought? I'm just going to try and clarify who scored a South Coast Flames goal. Now Dos Santos shoots, and it's straight at Simonson. Chat, thanks to Lockie who's tuning in. Also, I may need to... Lockie's given some feedback. I may need to redo the starting lineups at some point, because perhaps some of you couldn't hear me when I ran through them, but I will. I'm being told that actually former Bulls player Jess Seaman was the other RPA goal scorer yesterday at the Arctic Circle, in addition to the Queen of Blacktown, Ashley Crofts, and also Terera Moana Walker. So... thanks, Lockie. Now, Valletta. Offside against Janea Dos Santos. Yes, so thanks, Justin, for getting the information to me. Soraya Wilson was the player who scored for South Coast Flame. They actually took the lead against St George FC, a game that had to be moved to 5 Sports in Caringbah. So, any playable surface will do at this time of year. Dale fast enough to keep it in play, so something else for Jasmine Melly to think about. Now gets into the box, looking for the options. So also able to break it up, but not able to clear it. Fauna with a decent enough first touch, but outnumbered on the edge of the penalty area. Quick footwork in there, Gemma Ferris. She did keep it in play, but she also didn't find a teammate. So I'm looking through these names. It just occurred to me as Simonson might need to be quicker because Phillips is pressuring. Phillips might have gotten there. Big chance for the Bulls. Patricia Phillips, blocked by O'Brien. Tries to get a second chance. Well, then she was unselfish. Maybe she shouldn't have been unselfish because she's overhit the pass and looped it over Cocker DeCipio's head. Then looking for the overlap. But Nicole Stewart, who has played in attack for Manly for the majority of the season, but can play as a wide defender if required. Well, she showed that defensive acumen there and has broken up the play. So, heart attack moment for the home side, but Manly United survive. 0-0 here between Manly United and Bulls FC Academy. 5th versus 1st. Pretty solid choice for NPL Women's New South Wales match of the round. So thanks for tuning in on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel as the cross comes in and Simonson claims the ball. Yes, this is my delighted to, for the first time ever, be calling the NPL Women's match of the round, which means I am potentially the first caller to complete the set, because I've also, at some point in my commentary time with Football New South Wales, I've done the NPL Men's match of the round and many League One Women's and League One Men's matches of the round. Decent enough header from Richards, but the bounce evades Dale. So yeah, it just occurred to me just now. Reckon I've completed the set. Also, if you've seen my intro on the NPL New South Wales social media channels, Gray looking to play it over the top. Decent touch from Janea Dos Santos. Now brings Melly into the play. Melly leaves it for Naimi and then runs beyond. Naimi, Dos Santos. Dos Santos tracked very closely by Dale. And Manly very deep as ball's played back to Gray. Stewart clears. And Bozanic. Now, not sure if it counts that as Gilbane will back pass. Not sure if it counts as counts as Sian Bozanic is playing against her old club. From memory, she's played for either Northbridge or North Shore Mariners, or both. But it's O'Brien back to Simonson. It's Phillips applying the pressure, and, well, Phillips affected the clearance. And Bozanic, didn't want to. She wanted to prevent the throw-in, but now she's giving her teammates something to do. One player each hits the synthetic turf, and I think it's going to be a goal kick. But first, we've got to check on Phoebe Gilbane. So the very alert Manly United physio's up on feet already, but Phoebe Gilbane does not need any treatment. And actually, well, there we go. It's another error to add. Another bad prediction by me. Is that a Raven that... I think a Raven just flew past our filming position. Hey, didn't you play yesterday at Kensington? Anyway, it's going to be a Bulls corner in their first of the game. No, that's a very crowded 6-yard box, about as crowded as my commute to work, and then the delivery does not get near any of them. So that's a bit of an unfortunate one for the Bulls. No, listener shout-outs. Another Football New South Wales reporter, as Nicole Stewart won't reach that. Thank you to Justin Smith, the League One men's reporter, but tuning in as well. Thanks for your additional support. I know you're very busy, Justin, compiling the League One men's match of the round. And I called the League One men's match of the round on Friday night. Great win. As Spartans were defeated, great win for Inter Lions, 3-1 over Spartans. So Justin, going above and beyond in terms of listening to my commentary. Now, decent first touch from Phillips. She'll run at the defence. Gilbane blocks the through ball. Bozanic hooks it away. And actually, I do like to go around the grounds. I was trying to load up the streams earlier, but thanks to Megan, who supports our streams and somehow is not yet sick of my voice, but she's got an update from the Picton Road plate, as it's Illawarra Stingrays leading by 1-0 over MacArthur Rams, courtesy of Caitlin Cooper. And how's the live table? Oh god, I've got to do maths on the fly. This will not end well. But Naomi with the cross, which will take a touch off Sweetener, and Sweetener will not prevent the corner. But let me just check out the ladder. The trusted dribble app. Where would I be without you? As things stand, it is very early on with these set of 5 p.m. Sunday games. So if Illawarra beat MacArthur today, they will move to 41 points. Only 1 point off Bulls and Apia at the top. Janeo Dos Santos to the libero. Good ball. Flying header away from Dale. Dos Santos again. This time it's Jackson rising high to clear. Manley can step up. That's a great ball from Melly. Cocker DeCipio just lunging and couldn't quite control it. Simonson plays it forward. Sudan, decent touch, but he's immediately under pressure from Hogarth Scott. Richards is in there, but now Richards wasn't able to win the ball. There's a gap left behind by Richards. So Sweetening's been dragged out of the middle. The ball into the box. And then Naimi tries again, and that's going to be a goal kick. Wow, Megan's just sent me a screenshot of what she's up to. She's watching all 4 5 p.m. NPL women's kickoffs at once. Thank you so much, Megan. I'm not smart enough to do that, but you're clearly a lot smarter than me. Oh, she's got a tab with a table as well to figure out the permutations. Yeah, let me know what happens because I can't do that maths on the fly. And Stewart will get there first, so what are options like in the middle? She gets around the defender. This could be a chance, and Stewart has the cross parried by Namoto, and then that's going to be cleared over the sideline. I think as Megan was present once earlier this year, as it took me 5 minutes to add up 3 single-digit numbers, which is, well, even by my standards, that's quite embarrassing. Another Manly throw. Actually, that's no. Set piece. And Fauna, the appointed set piece specialist for this game. As Miyamoto asks for 2 in the wall, everyone else is back. So, O'Brien's already busy trying to escape the attention. It looks like Liz Gray has picked up the one-on-one marking duties on O'Brien, or maybe she hasn't, as it comes in, headed away. Now Zordan will shoot. It's wide again, another interesting looking shot that flashes wide of the target. And well, I think the folk from the South Coast will be tickled pink by what's happening at Linwood Park, because got word that there's a second goal for Illawarra Stingrays against MacArthur Rams. There's the header there from Ferris, but now it's Zordan. Tried the quick feed, but then simply just let the ball run away from her. It's Ferris, I think, taking the initiative. Now Naimi. Phillips. Oh, this is a great play from the Bulls down the right-hand side. The cross just evades Phillips. Gilbane, please. And Richards the head on Zordan. Now Zordan will. Ferris saw the chance for an intercept and almost she did get there ahead of Manly player, but she didn't quite reel it in. And now Dale, there's that battle between Dale and Jasmine Melly again. Corner for Manly. So a little bit of a lesson to the kids there. Just chase everything, chase many things when you're out there, because Dale never looked like the favourite to get to that one, but the pressure has resulted in a corner. Short corner this time. Manly trying to work the 2-on-1 here. It's Richards to go low to the near post. It's not dealt with before Liz Gray lunges and boots that towards midfield. Now Bozanic. Strong run there, and Dale, did she keep it in? She does. But Namoto gathers it and then gets it out of her hands very quickly. And trying to start a quick attack, but it's good work on Bozanic. It's kind of the little things that are hard to miss that can make all the difference sometimes. But Bozanic was alert, stopped Phillips playing the ball forward. By the time Phillips could play a pass, Manly were kind of more set in defence. As there's Stewart. And then Stewart can't find a teammate. Now Naomi, that's past Richards. And there's 3 players rushing into the middle. The cross is deflected, and Simonson catches the ball, but also carries it over the byline. So that, by my very unofficial manual tally, is 3 corners apiece. Now, corner comes in, aimed at the far post. And the second effort from Naimi before it's bombed away. And that's out and away, and Manly throw to be taken by Richards. And legendary Northern Beaches photographer Jeremy Denham in position as always to take care of the action and give us more great shots as Lucy Richards with a challenge that is as subtle as many of my jokes. That's one of the easiest decisions that Nino Cortese will have to make this evening. By the way, Megan telling me, yes, she is multi-screening, but she's got the audio on for Michael. Yes, smart work, Megan. That's the correct decision. Hint, if you're multi-screening out there, yes, it's always the correct decision to have the audio on for me. Dos Santos turns and it's Dale with the defending, so it rolls nicely to O'Brien. 28th minute here, possibly the 29th, at Cromer Park, and it's goalless between Manly United and Bulls FC Academy. The ball to Janelle Dos Santos. She's tracked by Chloe O'Brien. Cross in, and the decision is off Phillips for the goal kick. Sweetnam through. Dale tries to get the touch round Melly. She's got the supporting on Richards. Well forward again. So Ferris has to hurry. Safety first for Ferris. Quick throw from Richards, and that will Ferris will be Ferris's. Melly keeps it in. Ferris clears, but it's going to be way over Phillips. Good touch from Sweetnam, and then, well, the pass went well by Janelle Santos. Then good defending from O'Brien. Melly gets us back underway. It's a bit of a sore one between Sweetnam and Dos Santos. Then Lucy Richards not falling for the tricks there. Great one-on-one defending from Richards. Gray. Fake. A little fake to buy the room. Melly looks up and goes direct. O'Brien's up there. Good header from O'Brien. Jackson. And it's cleared into the fence. Melly sharp enough to prevent that from crossing the sideline. Gray hears the shouts. There's a ball, there's a flag. Player might have been offside, but Stewart makes sure that's not a concern by covering the danger. Now, little whistle. And Nino Cortese just having a brief chat to O'Brien. And the Bulls want to get on with it, but yeah, that ref chat isn't quite yet over, and now we can get underway. Good interception from Jackson. Well, as the updates keep coming in, looks like things are going swimmingly for Illawarra Stingrays at Linwood Park. They're leading by 3-0 over MacArthur Rams. Throw in, and the Manly United header. Illawarra keeps going. I'm going to have to think of more jokes. There's Dell running at Ferris. There's support to her right if she can see it. And Gray's done enough to affect the pass there. And then As a magpie flies past us here in the Lucas Neal stand, although Jasmine Melly looking for the ball. Actually, this is called the Lucas Neal stand, as sometimes I rename things as part of my commentary. The most obvious example being Spirit's Home Ground, which we don't use the government name for that anymore. We just call it the Arctic Circle. Nicholas Kunyak and I are also trying to get Spartan Park off the ground as the commentary name for the home ground of Spartans. So that government name. Now, this is a bit out there, but now happy to call it the Lucas Neal stand. The Lucas Neal stand during men's football. As played back Namoto out of the blocks. Oh no, mate. Oh, my eyes are not good. I thought the Bulls player touched that, but it was left to run out for a goal kick. But yeah, we'll call this the Lucas Neal stand for men's football. I propose, if it's a women's game, we call this the Remy Simpson stand, in honour of Manly United Junior, former Manly United first grader, double first grade championship winner in 2017 and 2020, and Matilda's Cup 216, I think, Remy Simpson. Click forward by Simonson, and Sweetman can't wrap her right boot around it to keep it in play. Now, Zordon could be under pressure here. Hogarth Scott closing down. O'Brien sees the open player, who is Jackson. Great footwork there, and Dale fouled by Melly. Zordon's outside of the foot pass block. Naomi to try and take it forward. Good run from Naomi. She'll get into the box. What are her options like? It's low. And then Gilbane please. Hogarth Scott playing it forward. And then Zordon absolutely smashes it. Now, Ferris to Melly. Great tempo. I'm loving this one. I'm loving they're calling this one for you. Thanks for your support of the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. As Ferris boots it clear. And then threaded through by Richards. Jackson. And Hogarth Scott stuck to a task against the other number 6. But it will be a Manly throw near halfway. To be taken by Richards. Played out. Now about 10 minutes to go, plus whatever stoppages Nino Cortese chooses to add. Fascinating one, this. Still scoreless between Manly United and Bulls FC Academy. Manly, as the table currently stands, Manly 6th, Bulls 1st. Lots on the line here at Chroma. Janae Dos Santos. That's a nice pass. Now Scipio wants to cut inside, and it's saved brilliantly by Simonson. So be a corner kick. Scipio, the only double-figure scorer for the Bulls so far this season with 10. Although, if Amber Lookmeyer wasn't so busy with national team duties and whatnot, and being an A-League player and whatnot, she would surely have been in double figures by now. In her short stint with the Bulls, Amber Lookmeyer's done well to get to 9. But anyway, Scipio not too far away from making it 11 for the season as Janae Dos Santos delivers. Good header, technical by Simonson. Another good save, I think, to deny Tamir Souza. And the Bulls corner count racking up. Actually, Tamir Souza pretty good in the air. From memory, I think I called the corresponding fixture between these two teams last year. Chroma, clever flick on for Tamir Souza was what set up the Bulls winner that time last year for Jessica Seaman. Plenty of players for Manly to look out for as the ball comes in, and there's a header, and it's in! And it's Liz Gray. Oh wait, nobody. I don't think it is. Now that's... My second guess is that Isabella Scipio, but the most important thing is that it's Bulls in front, and the set piece has worked wonders for Mighty Gus' side. Because the delivery was right on the money. There's a free header as well. And Nicole Simonson, who'd done brilliantly in the preceding 90 seconds, had no chance with that one. So it's Manly 0, Bulls 1.
Goal to Bulls FC, number 16, Isabella Coco Discipio. Manly United 0, Bulls FC 1.
Okay. So now 99% confident it was Isabella Coco Discipio, only because I feel like if it wasn't Isabella, then the mother of, or father of whoever would have scored would have corrected the ground announcer. So let's go with that for now. A great delivery as well, and the Bulls on the move once again, running through the middle. It's a hook off Scott. Dos Santos holds it up. Room near side for Naomi. Drills one, and might be something to be made of it at the back post. Phillips was lurking. Gilbane heads behind. That is corner number 7 for Bulls. Naomi across. So the Bulls approaching this particular set piece, so kind of nearer to the far post, but I'm sure they'll make their runs as Naomi delivers. Keepers up. Good punch. Fauna can't quite get the clearance she wanted. There's a little flick from Souza is dealt with. Manly gradually forcing it backwards, and then Stewart gets the foot in there for the challenge. And it just won't stick for Manly at the moment. Here's Phillips. She's floated over to the far side of the ground, or as I like to call it in honour of the clubhouse opposite us, the far post side of the ground. Cross, and there's a header from Coco Discipio again. Again, she escapes the Bulls' defence as the ball comes into the middle. This time the header goes wide. Now, that set piece a chance for Manly to relieve the pressure with half-time approaching. Good to see people I've got a couple of friends tuning in. They're supportive of my idea to give this grandstand dual names, depending on whether it's men's or women's football being played here. Good to have some support for my wacky ideas. But as always, it is a pleasure to be calling here from the Remy Simpson stand. Good ball from Bozanic, so Stewart has the one-on-one opportunity up against Valletta. Cross deflects off Valletta, corner for Manly. All hands on deck for Bulls. They do say the most dangerous time is after you've just scored. Here we go. Headed away by Green. Now, the run to Bozanic. But she's pressed quite quickly. Phillips has stolen it. There's a potential counter goal if there's no counter attack there, but it's going to come at a cost for Bozanic. First yellow card of the game. Going to Manly United's number 12. And while I would always say, as I am representing Football New South Wales with today's commentary, we do not condone breaking the laws of the game, but also sometimes you just got to take one for the team. Great. Now this is second ball, won by Bulls. Dos Santos on its lovely footwork. And Dos Santos again, but I think pass one way is Coco Discipio was starting to go the other way. Clever dummy for Mafona to leave that, because Stewart has some synthetic turf in front of her on the far side, and there's actually Gray across there blocking the pass from the other number 5, and then ends up being a Bulls throw. Sweetman opts to go back to Simonson so they can start again. I see. Just noted normally when you see the Manly United women's team play, so I do a brief sartorial note. Usually, whether it's Nicole Simonson or Jodie Draper, they'd be wearing either green or red. But today, we get to see Simonson in the black goalkeeper kit. Maybe I think that perhaps the choices, well, actually, I'm pretty sure the choices were made because Bulls had to wear their red and white away kit today. Yes. And if you, as I said earlier, if you know about the history of this women's team in the state comps, yeah, you'll understand perfectly why there's very big Northbridge FC vibes with this kit. Sudan losing out there. Half-time approaching. Isabella Pocodicipio's headed goals what separates the two teams. Bulls FC Academy, the league leaders, leading by a goal to nil over Manly United. So, there's news of a goal in Rudy Hill, City University. Well, normally, sometimes the young folk go to university to get taught a lesson. Well, today it looks like the university's come to the youngsters from the red and black and is teaching them a thing or two, because Sydney Uni leading by goal to nil away to Western Sydney Wanderers. As Dale has the chance for a through ball, aims right in front of Stewart. Namoto's out there. It's good sweeper keeping from Leon Namoto. And a great pass as well, not just a clearance, a pass to Naomi. Phillips has options centrally. One of them's Hogarth Scott, and one of them's Souza. Cocodicipio tracked immediately by Gilbane. She goes back to Valletta. Phillips trying to shake off Jackson. That's a nice ball for Cocodicipio. Low ball and rolls tantalizingly across the box without a Bulls player to have a try and goal, although they might have won it back here. Sweetnam's got to hurry, and does. And was caught late as well, I think, by Phillips. So that's going to be a Manly United free kick. Pass, and it's between Sweetnam and Richards, but Simons has taken over, judged it well. Quick rollout. We're in first half stoppage time, and Bulls liked a bit of encouragement there for the pressure, which led to the turnover. The bounce makes it a little bit awkward for Ferris, and there's Fauna applying the pressure. Ferris has run it out. And there can't be that much time left for Manly to get one last try and goal before the half's over. Ruby Jackson urging them forward. And whatever they need to do, it needs to be quick, as half-time cannot be too far away. Really love calling this game. High-quality encounter. Now, O'Brien needed to lunge, as otherwise she might have been bypassed by Phillips. That's going to be too long for all of the Manly United players. Goal kick.
I can show
Namota taking a breather as Nino Cortese glances at the watch and blows the whistle for half-time.
Half-time in NPL New South Wales Women's between Manly United FC and Bulls FC Academy. The half-time score, Manly United 0, Bulls FC 1, and the sole goal of the game so far from Isabella Cocodicipio in the 37th minute.
So in case someone didn't pick that up, it is Isabella Cocodicipio strike which separates the two sides as they head into the dressing sheds. The league leaders, Bulls FC Academy, leading Manly United by a goal to nil. Eric Subihanna here with the commentary from the Remy Simpson stand here at Perma. We'll take a short break and we'll be back for the second half.
What they do best. Brown Brothers plays over 16,000 trees and recycle over 80% of their collections. At Brown Brothers, they live and breathe skip bins. Just better than best. Call on 9999 6466 or get a fast quote at brownbrothersbins.com.au. Brown Brothers Skip Bin. Their business is picking up.
Hope you have a swell day. You played really well today. Yeah.
You're Manly United FC. Whether you're scoring goals, training hard, or cheering from the sidelines, look and feel your best in the latest range of performance teamwear from Best Team Sport. Locally based, Australian owned, Best Team Sport offers ready-made stock and custom sportswear, accessories and club equipment for peak performance on and off the field. Best Team Sport is your one-stop professional football supplier. Elevate your game. Contact JK and the team at Best Team Sport, Unit 116 Aquatic Drive, Frenchs Forest, or shop online at www.bestteamsport.com.au and get kitted out today.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we can give you some flash scores around the grounds for the rest of the matches of NPL New South Wales Women's. First off, out at Lake Macquarie Football Park, it is Newcastle Jets 0, Sydney Olympic 0. Out at Wanderers Sports Ground, it's Western Sydney Wanderers 0, Sydney University 1. And then out at Linwood Park, it is Macarthur Rams 0, Illawarra Stingrays 3.
Want the best in electrical appliances and entertainment? Then make sure you visit our good friends at Bingley, Balgala and Monagal. With the finest in customer service and their famous negotiable prices, you are sure to find exactly what you need for your home and business. So make sure you go and meet the team at Balgala, Monagal or online at www.bingley.com.au and find out why Manly United FC likes Bingley. Get that little bank feel at Community Bank Freshwater. With 20 years of experience and a team of locals, you can feel confident that your money being handled locally and backed by Australia's fifth largest bank, the only one able to make that grassroots connection. Meet Casey and the team at Community Bank Freshwater and find out how you can help the bank that supports you and supports Manly United FC.
And just to let everyone know, ladies and gentlemen, that your Manly United FC women will have their next game on Sunday the 10th of August at 5 p.m. at Christie Park against the Gladesville Ravens. So make sure you head out to Christie Park, show your support for your Manly United FC in their run for the finals. And they'll be back here for their last home game of the regular season on Sunday the 17th of August when they'll take on the Illawarra Stingrays. In the meantime, your Manly United men will be here this weekend, this Friday night, against Sydney Olympic. And make sure you get down here at 5 o'clock, 5:30 in particular, because the under-20s will be playing, and a week for them will be the under-20s premiership claimed by Manly United FC. Please welcome the two teams out on the field for the second half of NPL New South Wales Women's. Bulls FC and your Manly United FC. The halftime score, Manly United FC 1.
Season. It's Bulls FC Academy currently leading Manly United by 1-0, courtesy of Isabella Coca-Discipio, her 11th goal of the season. And I can see that there has been a substitution made by Manly United coach Tom Hopley during the interval. I can see the number 22 of Ava Roberts on. And as I scan the Manly United lineup out there, it looks like it is number 37, Chloe O'Brien, who has made way. So a straight swap, Ava Roberts coming in at central defence alongside Gemma Sweetenham as Dale throws it through, and Stewart should be onside here. Gil Baines trying to make a run as quick as she can into the middle. The blue jerseys are coming. Stewart shoots, and the motto, I'm not sure if it was a shot or a cross, to be honest, but it goes kind of between the far post and Gil Baines' late run. Moto plays it. And Roberts, decent ball. Zordan. Stopped by Souza. So, okay. Well, there we go. Got something else wrong. Chloe O'Brien just had another look. She's still on the field. Chloe O'Brien's now at left back. So now. Okay. Now I've got it. Got there in the end. Sian Bozanic has made way, and there's been some kind of a reshuffle done by Tom Hopley at half time. So as Zordan with the first time pass to Gil Bain. And another Manly set piece. Yeah, he's made quite a bit of a shuffle at halftime, Tom Hopley. He's confused me. I mean, a lot of you would say, yeah, that's actually quite simple, Eric. There's nothing new, but good run for Ava Roberts to get past three players. Maybe a chance for an overload, but pass goes behind Richards. Ball's playing forward, but Sweetenham will take over. I can hear Tom Hopley's voice encouraging them to press. Of course, Manly United, they need to take the initiative, chasing this game, and with time running out to get into the top four. And it's kind of an awkward height for O'Brien. She's played it back. Now I'm thinking Tom Hopley's also changed the formation at halftime, because that looks like a back three, and they definitely weren't using one of those in the first half. The letter flies through the air, but kind of skims off the top of her head. Because the long-time sufferers, followers of my commentary will know I struggle with half-time subs at the best of times. This is a half-time sub and a formation change, I think. Ooh. What will come first? Me figuring out how Manly have set up for the second half, or the full-time whistle? Well, there's only one way to find out. Decent run from Zordan, and the pass is off Gray and out for a Manly throw. Now I'm relatively confident, as that's good defending from Coca de Scipio there. Now that I'm actually going to take a proper look at how Bulls are lining up, I had them as in a 4-3-3 in the first half. Also, perhaps unsurprisingly, given the game situation, they have not, well, pretty confident they have not made any subs. Now, it does look like Manly on a back three. Roberts, Sweetenham and O'Brien. Phoebe with the head. Phoebe Goodbain with the header. And then the ball is a bit loose before Liz Gray kicks one onto the roof of the Lucas Neal stand. Absolutely booming kick from Liz Gray. It's actually one of my favorite niche things about doing commentary, when the ball is cleared onto things. My favorite. Or even just watching games in the state comps. Ball's being cleared out of the ground, into neighbouring territory, into neighbouring properties, onto the street, stuff like that. As Valletta has the ball, it's covered by Roberts, and she goes back to Simonson. And they start again. Simonson, little dink, and then Roberts just can't find teammate with a header. But yes, my favourite such instance of a ball being kicked onto the roof of something was, I think 2 years ago during a Sapphire Cup quarter-final between Sydney University and MacArthur Amps, Amelia Feeney bombing the ball onto the Sydney University grandstand roof. Slice clearance there, and Bulls moving and gradually down their left-hand side of the field. Well, it can hurt an ankle sometimes when you do that, but I think Cocker DeCipio is fine and will actually take over the ball right now. Gilbane decides to win the throw. Now, so look at things. It's now 5 in midfield. For Manly, Gilbane on the right, Richards on the left. As Simonson plays it out under pressure, so they'll be up and down the flank even more. As Simonson could be caught here, and it's Sweetum to save the day. It will be a corner. The ball's 8th of the game, but we almost had a WPI or OTBGW when playing it out from the back out of the back goes wrong. But Manly have survived. So they've left Stewart up, trying to hope that they can play it forward and use their speed to launch a counter. But first things first for Manly, defending this set piece. Played in, and I think that was Dale challenging in the air. Good work there. Now Forner, Brian, I think it is, trying to lead the charge. She's left that a bit short of what Stewart wanted as he tried to run in beyond. Hogarth Scott rides the challenge. And free on the far side was Janae Dos Santos. She will get to this. Right side of the box. Might have a shot. Instead, she's unselfish. But I think it was Jackson blocking the attempted low ball in to Phillips. Now, Stewart's got the room. Now at the far post side of the field. She'll cut in towards the support. Dale. A little flick. Possibly she might get there ahead of Hogarth Scott. And Hinocho takes over, falling on the ball. So, as I drip feed you how I interpret this, Manly set up in the second half. What, the 3 central midfielders? Looks like Ruby Jackson sitting just behind Anita Zordan and Alexia Forner. As well. It could have been Richards charging down the motor there, and the ball breaks for Bull so they can clear, but Richards was closing in quickly. But now, the game's really opening up, and Bulls with players in the middle. Gilbane clears. And there was a player open at the far post, but Gilbane was alert. Ball comes back into the middle, and Jackson blocks that long-range shot from Dos Santos. Manly United subs off their seats, looking to warm up. Forner. Kind of like slipped it through between Tamiris' feet, but Bulls are making it very difficult for Manly to play out from the back in this phase of the game. If you've just joined us or if you've missed any of the action, of course, usual advice, click back on the YouTube stream to see what you've missed. But as Liz Gray runs out from centre back, finds Dos Santos. Bulls leading Manly by a goal to nil, courtesy of Isabella Cocker DeCipio's 11th of the season. And to the edge of the box she goes, and there's an open play here. And then Cocker DeCipio with a big chance to double her tally for the evening, but she's got a foot underneath it, and it's gone over the bar. Okay, so there's an update. An update from what is allegedly a Central Coast Mariners women's home game, but was actually at Spartan Park. And well, it's been a tough weekend for their Spartans first grade teams. That's a shame, but courtesy of Justin Davies, as Cocker DeCipio plays the ball through, and then Jackson takes over. It is Central Coast Mariners 5, Spartans 1 in a League 1 women's action. So Mariners boosting their chances of making the top 4 final series in the women's second tier. Cocker DeCipio running at Gilbane, who was the touch off last. Off Gilbane for a corner. The shorter option, the letter showing for the pass, then plays it back. Jordan low, and possibly Phillips trying to flick it on at the near post and change the trajectory. Don't think she got a touch. Fauna now, and Stewart has dropped back. Might aim down the line, but Fauna, that's not behind a few defenders, but the ball not curling, so it could be kept into play. So, we'll just work back to Simonson. Simonson, decent enough first touch from Tom Hopley. And now ball's throw. Valletta sends it down the line. Very easy way to gain 20 metres. And Valletta will try again with a throw in from an very attacking position for Bulls. And we do have some halftime scores for you in the other NPL Women's New South Wales games. Actually, we do. Courtesy of Justin Davies, also got a update from the League One Women's Match of the Round at 5 Sports Carrying Bar between St George FC and South Coast Flame, as Manly deal with that defensive throw-in situation, because as Fauna is defending, but it breaks for Phillips. I will give you those live score updates, don't worry. Melly, played forward by Sweetman. Now Souza finds the wide player. I think that's Naimi. And Naimi, good ball to Phillips. Phillips cuts inside. And then good use of the body from Jackson. Got in the way and prevented the shot. Now, I reckon from the shout coming from in front of us, Tegan Biasi is going to be next player on for Manly United. 5 goals this season for Biasi. Very good option to bring off the bench. Good header from Roberts. Now aiming towards Dale. Sienna Dale part of that front two, at least as I interpret things, for Manly in the second half, with Nicole Stewart being the other forward for the home side. And Liz Gray trying to get past players, and her teammates help her keep the ball for the Bulls. That's behind Valletta. Manly throwing just the other side of halfway. Well, okay. Start with the League One Women's update first, but as Dos Santos cannot find teammate because O'Brien has stepped in. Nice ball to Richards. And Richards crosses, that's straight at Nomoto. But yes, a goal at a goal in the League One Women's Match of the Round, and perhaps South Coast Flames' Bessie Reithmuller has ignited her team's chances of getting a result at 5 Sports Carrying Bar, because last time I heard, and Bessie Reithmuller has equalised for Flame against St George FC. It's now 2-2 there, and could that be the catalyst for Flame to make the final series? The motor places forward, and the rain has started. Well, you know, the way the weather's been this weekend, I suppose we were asking for a lot to have an entirely dry game. Although, can I say, it's a lot better than yesterday's NRLW Magic Round action in Newcastle, because turns out no seating position is covered if the wind and the rain are heavy enough. Now, loose ball from Jackson. Now, ball's played to Phillips, edge of the box. Sideways to Cocodicipio, laid it back. Souza shoots and takes a touch off, I think, Gilbane. Easy save for Simonson. Now, potentially big news, and if you don't know how promotion and relegation works between this and the second tier League One Women's, Good touch from Sienna Dale. Rides 2 challenges, collides into a third player, and the foul's not against Liz Gray there, but still that's an awkward one as Dale runs into Liz Gray. But it's going to be pulled back for infringement from one of the other Bulls players. And as Gemma Sweetman is coming off the field to be replaced by Tegan Biasi.
Coming onto the field is number 11, Tegan Biasi. Making her way from the field is number 23, Gemma Sweetman.
Biasi straight into the attack. And I think it's Fauna deciding what to do with this dead ball. Dale gets the touch. And then Gray heads forward. Bulls trying to start a counter-attack. Phillips very much outnumbered, and Gilbane slowing her down. Phillips has done well to keep the ball. Now, far post side of the field. Deliver towards Cocker DeCipio. Good first touch, but Roberts, use of the body, plays it over the sideline. So, short throw and then bounce back to the taker. That's, well, I just figured out what Manly were doing, and then Tom Hopley's changed the approach again. Oh, dear. I'm certainly no round ball analyst, that's for sure, but I wonder if they're closer to the 4-3-3 with which they started the game now that they brought on Tegan Biasi, an attacker, for Gemma Sweetman, a defender. Back, now Gray, center circle for Bulls. Now, a tackle on Hogarth Scott by Zordan, but Bulls keeping the move going, and here's Petria Phillips. Roberts is across. Roberts didn't get there in time. The yellow card on the Bulls set piece coming up. Now, the rain has intensified. Well, anyway, back to this set piece. Simonson positions the ball just the way she wants it. There's 2 over this one. Now, a little bit of a variation, and then Phoebe Gilbane ran that one like a Manly daily, and I suppose we'll never see what Bulls were trying to do from that situation, but it's good defending, as I can see Gray trying to run around Roberts, and has gotten the corner. That's now Bulls corner tally, now to double figures, and can Bulls double their lead from this situation? Liz Gray, those of you with very, very long NPL New South Wales and even A-League memories, if you remember old Wanderer sides. I mean, Liz Gray hasn't always been a defender. She used to be a forward for both, notably for Sydney University and one A-League season with the Western Sydney Wanderers. So, harking back to her forward skills there with how she won this corner, which Sordan clears. We haven't forgotten about these live scores in NPL Women's. To be honest, it's taken me so long. The scores will probably be different by the time I get to this. And this game here, 66th minute, with
Isabella Cocodicipio's goal towards the end of the first half, separating these two sides. Manly 0, Bulls 1. Headed back to the throw and taker. Valletta, who crosses. Simonson catches. So, well, I suppose the biggest news is that there's been a goal for our Maltese friend Ashley Borg to call. So something to keep him warm while he's on the dodgy scissor lift at Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility. Emerging Jets have a 1-0 lead over Sydney Olympic. And they're in the relegation battle with Olympic, and MacArthur Rams aren't totally safe as well. Now, promotion relegation between this division and League One Women's is decided on the club championship, basically. I won't bore you with the maths also because I'm not good at maths, but it takes into account first grade and under 23 scores. Offside against Bulls there. And that is potentially a big goal for the kids from the Hunter Valley, as Manly have taken the restart from the offside quickly. Dale with the shout, trying to sneak between defenders. Namoto is up. Good sweeper keeping there. Other live scores, well, MacArthur Rams have pulled a goal back against Illawarra Stingrays, but Illawarra Stingrays leading by 3-1 at Linwood Park. And as O'Brien needed to get something on that, so it'll work out for Roberts, who goes back to the keeper so they can start again. Well, and Jackson turns. By the way, the Rudy Hill Turf Farm, Western Sydney Wanderers 0, Sydney University 2. Ferris, a little back pass that could have been awkward from the motor, so she decides just to get rid of it, and then now Biasi edge of the box, and into the box she shoots, falling over. Decent effort to get it on target while under pressure and falling backwards, saved by Namoto. Now, Roberts was challenging for that header, but I think might have heard the shout from Gilbane. Bulls throw near their own technical area. Valletta down the line. Eva Roberts heads it into her teammates. Valletta again, pocket of space for Naimi. And Naimi, the switch is behind. I think that's Cocodicipio. She's trying to make something of it. Decent run. Finds the pass to Geneva Santos and flags up. Flags up. To some consternation from Bulls fans. Is that how we would call it? At least one person disagrees. Substitution coming up. We are going to see Ellie Kerr come onto the field. And Chloe O'Brien make way.
Substitution for your Manly United FC. Making her way from the field is number 37, Chloe O'Brien. And coming onto the field is number 20, Ellie Kerr.
Well, I don't... If this Manly setup holds, we're in the back four for very long. I wouldn't say it's quite kitchen sink time for Manly, as there's the tackle from Zordan, but time starting to become the enemy of the home side. Full time in Caringbah, St George FC 2, South Coast Flame 2, a result that might be most beneficial to the other teams in that race at the top of League One Women's. It's led by the Women of the Hills, Hills United, then there's SD Raiders, Marconi Stallions and Central Coast Mariners. I think of the rest of that top six, which is also made, which South Coast Flame and St George FC are also in. Gray. And the loose touch from Valletta leading to this throw-in by Elika. Sudan has it dispossessed by a couple of Bulls players, then Biasi stealing in to win it back. Now, on the Bulls technical area, the folder of laminated sheets is out. So someone getting instructions. I've made a few mistakes today, so what's one more? My somewhat possibly reckless guess is that Jade Guichon is the player getting some last-minute instructions. And one for Naomi to chase. The ball is going to beat both her and Jackson. Also, as the A-League deep dive, A-League women deep dives continue in my direct messages. Yes, Megan, Liz Gray and Chloe O'Brien were teammates at the Wanderers in the 2015-16 season. Also, I do wonder how many women have scored in 2 Sydney derbies in the same season, because there wouldn't be many, but Liz Gray's done that. Anyway, enough of that time. Back to 2025, and Jackson with the header into the Lucas Neal stand. It's another phase of the game. Bulls, they're not in what I like to call game management mode, not yet, but there would be no need for them to rush the set pieces, and it's working out just fine for them to keep things in this part of the field. A good catch from Jeremy Denham as a spectator throws the ball back onto the field. Now it's down the line. And Hogarth Scott prevents Biasi's forward progress. And the header, that's maybe a rather easy defensive situation. Liz Gray towering over Dale there, but Dale is chasing this pass, so is Biasi. And Biasi, it's some kind of a shot in it, deflects off Sienna Dale. And it's unfortunate, she did the hard work then, just kind of lost her footing at the end, so it is a Bulls goal kick. Now, Leah Burton looks like she'll be the next cab off the rank, metaphorically speaking, for Manly. My God, that's an awkward metaphor. So shin pad's about to come on for Manly number 4, Leah Burton. And, well, I do get some things right. The bib is off, and Bulls number 33, Jade Guichon, about to enter the fray. Previously part of the Manly United Girls Youth League setup, Jade Guichon. She's made the short switch in terms of distance. Bulls, I think, being definitely Manly's closest opponent in this division. And in fact, we're going to see both teams make subs at the same time. It's good to be on the same side.
Substitution for your Manly United FC, making it away from the field is number 6, Ruby Jackson, and coming onto the field is number 4, Leah Burton. Substitution for Bulls FC, coming onto the field is number 33, Jade Guichon.
So, in case our mics didn't
pick
pick that up.
Making away from the field is number 14, Patria Phillips.
Yeah. So, in case our mics haven't picked that up. So, Ruby Jackson it's the end of the shift for her. Another productive shift in central midfield for the Manly captain. The armband's gone to Phoebe Gilbane. Leah Burton is on the field. Could be a straight swap now. But first, Jade Guichon immediately into the action for Bulls. So, the sweeper keeper work there done by Simonson. Jade Guichon on for Patria Phillips. That looks to be pretty much a straight swap as well. Just thought of a really niche thing. Sometimes it's hard to find a park here. Very busy match days here as always. Not just first grade, of course, but goes down. I think goes down to the action on any women's first grade match day. Starts with the under 14s at the curiously specific kickoff time of 8:25 a.m. But as I make a long story long, parking spaces can be hard to come by sometimes. But Jade Guichon, not the first time she's been here, probably. So she might have struggled a bit less than her teammates. Rebounds off Stewart. Throw-in in front of the far post. And they'll be glad that the rain we had yesterday and even earlier today has pretty largely stayed away. Great place to watch football, and one of them might get a touch, courtesy of that header from Anna Hergoff-Scott. But it's a great place to watch football there. Hope they're enjoying themselves. Into the final quarter of an hour here, and it's Bulls still leading by a goal to nil over Manly United. There's a decent run there from Robertson. How's the pass? It's good enough for Stewart to have a crossing opportunity. Whoa, deflected away from Biasi. Zordaan might get there first. Takes a tumble. There's a shot. There's a penalty for Manly United. Kamir Snuggles committed the infringement on Zordaan. Spot kick and a big moment coming up for the hosts. Oh, it's like credit to Ava Roberts, who faked out the opponent to create the room. Great pass as well to find Stewart. Stewart's ball wasn't cleared. Zordaan was alert and has won a spot kick, and it looks like Anita Zordaan is going to brush the cork pellets off and take the strike from 12 yards as well. So Zordaan against the moto. Some instructions being shouted at the Bulls keeper from the Bulls technical area, as while kind of some spectators to our left are upset at something. Well, Mr. Hush has gone over the ground. Here we go. It's Anita Zordaan. And it's too powerful for the moto, and Manly United have their equalizer. She just put a foot through that, and that is Zordaan's fourth goal of the season, and it's a massive goal. It's Manly United 1, Bull FC Academy 1.
Goal to Manly United. She rarely misses on the spot there. Number 8, Anita Zordaan. Manly United 1, Bulls FC 1.
And some overzealous ball kid has kicked a second ball onto the field. So a little bit of multi-ball here at Cromer Park. It's a bit like a pinball machine. Wait, some of these players are too young to know what a pinball machine is. Anyway, here's our okay. Zordaan and Foreman. Now, great ball from Burton. Stewart will chase this once again. She helped set up the equalizer. Cross. And the header from Valletta. Now, he's great. He's on the move here. Oh, it's like he's just coming forward again. Good ball as well to Guishon. With Gilbane in chase, in pursuit. And then that's good defending from Kerr to ease Cocker Decipio away from the ball. Oh, anything could happen here as getting side poised. The official's decision is fine. I thought Biasi was offside, but she was not. Let's go on. Let's get on with it. Let the girls play. Back pass. Now Burton lost a footing, but has got the ball to Kerr anyway. Now Dale, and then Foreman's ball. Biasi will chase. Stewart will chase as well. Ferris has gotten there first. Melly up against two players. Biasi, fresh legs off the bench. I mean, the intent is there's a 50-50 which Hogarth Scott wins. Now, way too much chili sauce on that one. And the chance for now, gone. for Bulls. Into the final 10 minutes here. Eric Subiano thoroughly enjoying this NPL Women's New South Wales match of the round. Love calling the action for you. Manly United won, Bulls FC Academy won. As we just saw, Anita Zordan equalised from the spot for Manly. A good header from Dale after Isabella Cockney-Scipio giving Bulls the lead in the first half. A little bit of space for Stewart. And as Bulls, well, some quick passing on the far side, but then a very overhead pass. To remind you, got to be a good company man, as Simonson is out of the box to help Manly play out from the back. Let's keep an eye out tomorrow. The NPL Women's New South Wales Team of the Week will be posted, compiled with 3-2-1 votes from the Football New South Wales media. Well, it's not too hard to figure out who's doing the voting, but we do have one representative at each of the games to give you those 3-2-1 votes from which the Team of the Week is compiled. Good work from Richards. And Stewart has been fouled. Even with my aging vision and my aging eyes, and I could tell that was an infringement. Headed sideways, which will give Ella a chance here. She might have won it. She has. Dale can turn. Dale wants to shoot from range, and it floats over the bar.
Tenía dos opciones, es una gila.
You get the feeling that there's one more goal on this one. But for who? Now, time running down. I suppose it's time for my obligatory plug of next weekend's women's action, which you can watch the same way you're watching this one on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Let's start with the League One Women's Match of the Round, which I have to work off memory here, but I believe that would be Sunday the 10th of August from Ballantyne Sports Park with the League One Women's League leaders, Hills United, hosting Central Coast Mariners, 5:30 p.m. kickoff between those two, Sunday 10th of August. Space for Zordan. The shot is caught by Momoto. Bounce, Gilbane heads, and Burton back to Richards. Across the field. Bulls pressing, Manly keeping the ball moving. 1-2 there, that's nice. Kerr, laid off, Forner, Burton, and Dale, nutmeg on Tamira Souza. Near touchline, here's Kerr. The subs making an impact for Manly, that's for sure. Kerr looking for the perfect ball. Stewart, and did she get the touch? Where she got the touch on there. Stuck around the jacket on his blind side, but the ball has run out of play. The home fan sense a big chance for 3 points. And Cocker Scipio. Well, it's almost looks like the Gritchell. Gilbane chasing once more. Cocker Scipio towards the corner flag. And Gilbane wants to shepherd it. Well, she'll settle for a free kick. Cocker Scipio too physical in the challenge there. '85th minute here. I mean, never good at figuring out live tables, but I've got to give it a go anyway. Aerial challenge, and now Dale. And looks like, at least since these Manly second half reshuffles, not all the time, but a lot of the time, these guys sticking very tight to Sienna Dale. And as ball's intercepted, Grishaw uses the body, finds the pass. There's a chance for Naomi. She goes across the box, but it's out of reach for Souza. Souza, still could have a chance to find a teammate. Deflected behind for a corner. Let me see. Bulls will stay top no matter what happens in today's games. For Manly, they can somehow find 3 points. They'll jump ahead of NSW and back into 5th place. They got to defend this corner, and it's in. There's Gray. Oh, it's wide. Bulls number 5 has scored 5 goals for the season, not too far away from making it 6. Simonson goes long. It's over Dos Santos. Richards diagonal, but Coccodicipio intercepts. Shoots from range. Parried by Simonson. Who does the loose ball fall to? Kerr. Got the head of Valletta. Ball is attacking throw. And Gray, a little bit of a stumble after taking it on the torso, and then it's escape Bulls. Jump from Sienna Dale, and then
Entre que fútbol.
Out.
No me estoy cagando de frío como ayer. Que hoy es fútbol y no hace tanto frío, así que comparado con ayer es una fiesta.
Simonson. One Nicole finds another, but the touch is a bit loose. Now Jasmine Melton for Bulls. Naimi. Dos Santos. The teammates are shouting for it. Dos Santos staying patient. Hogarth Scott. Great ball. And Coccodicipio might have been a bit flat-footed. It is, of course, so near the end of the game when the legs are very tired. Good vision from Hogarth Scott, but perhaps Coccodicipio can be forgiven at this stage of the game for not reaching that one. But she's reached this ball. Nice outside of the foot pass. It will not curl towards Grishon, and Roberts leaves for Simonson. Well, Spigen continues to give me live updates, and I will absolutely steal a joke off her. And then the hold up focus. Sienna Dale coming in here. Shoots, and puts the foot underneath it. It's the big net at the southern end of Cromer Park. Stays 1-1, but Gemma Ferris breathing a sigh of relief there. Anyway, back to my stolen joke. Well, I for one think Illawarra Stingrays are having a great game this evening. Yes, Illawarra Stingrays 4. MacArthur Ants 1. Great. Centre back run, but then Gilbane, the good tackle, and Claudia Valletta almost took that throw from a different postcode as to where it was supposed to be taken. Okay, we're going. Now, Roberts couldn't find a teammate, but the ball came back to her and she's bombed it. 90th minute. Only 45 seconds left, plus whatever stoppages Nino Cortese wants to add. And goal kick. That's the ball. And off, one hop off the synthetic turf. Here's Biasi. Now, on the far side for Manly. Gone direct. Gray heads away. Now, so that's a good touch for Gray. Excellent one. Dos Santos, tracked by Burton. Good ball by Dos Santos, finding Coco DeCipio. The back heel, not getting past Good Ben. Now, I'll just quickly run through this. Next weekend's NPL Women's New South Wales streams. We've got a Super Sunday, all 7 NPL Women's games on Sunday, 10th of August, starting at 2:40 p.m. from the presumably cold Northbridge Oval. Bulls FC Academy hosting Sydney Olympic. There's 5 NPL Women's games kick off at 5 p.m. I'll tell you what they are after this attack is finished, hopefully. Cross in, ahead of the break for Valletta, met by Kerr. Kerr's done enough. And then Bulls flow. Manly United flow. So those 5 NPL Women's games that are the kickoff at 5 p.m. on Sunday, 10th of August. RPL Leichhardt host Northern Tigers at Lambert Park. Illawarra Stingrays host University of New South Wales at Macedonia Park. Mount Druitt Town Rangers host Newcastle Jets at Poppendetta Park. Sydney University host Macarthur Rams at Sydney University Football Ground. And Western Sydney Wanderers host Spirit FC at the Rudy Hill Turf Farm. Then at the always odd kickoff time of 5:10 p.m, Gladwell Ravens host Manly United at the Arctic Circle. So 8 women's games available for you to watch on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel in 7 days' time. The 7 ones from this league and the League One women's match of the round as well between Hills United and Central Coast Mariners, which kicks off 5:30 p.m. at Valentine Sports Park. Quick feet there, shooting opportunity. It's slammed into Roberts. Now Valletta doesn't keep it in. We've had more than 2 minutes of time added on. Can't be long left. Hogarth Scott, pressed by Zordan. An interesting ball over the top, which it's going to get away from Richards and from Naimi. Suppose might as well do a little cheeky soft launch of promotion of commentary, because the next NPL women's game I'm calling is here in 14 days' time. Manly United versus Illawarra Stingrays, Sunday 17th of August, 5 p.m. kickoff, Cromer Park. And if roster stays the same, well, let's forget that, because
full time in NPL New South Wales Women's between your Manly United FC and Bulls FC. The final score, Manly United 1, Bulls FC 1. For Manly United, their goal from the penalty spot from Anissa Zordan in the 78th minute. For Bulls FC, the goal from Isabella Cocon-DeCipio in the 37th minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you back to the far post for drinks and refreshments, and remind you that your Manly United FC Women's will be back here in 2 weeks' time to take on the Illawarra Stingrays. And don't forget to be here on a Friday night when your Manly United FC Men's will be playing against Sydney Olympic and a chance to win the Under-20s Premiership. On behalf of Manly United FC and the Mandaringa Football Association, we thank you for joining us here tonight at Cromer Park, and we hope to see you again soon.
Yes, so just wrapping it up. Manly United won, Bulls FC Academy won. It was the Bulls who took the lead in the first half with Isabella Cocco-DeCipio's 11th goal of the season. And late in the piece, Anita Zordan from the penalty spot scored the equalizer to rescue a point for Manly United. So still plenty to play for, and we've got a big month of football in both NPL Women's and the second tier League One Women's, which you can watch on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. But for now, this is Eric Subihano signing off from the Remy Simpson stand here at Cromer Park. We hope you somehow managed to stay warm and dry this weekend. Take care of yourselves and see you soon. It's on as even here at Cromer Park, with the final score being Manly United 1, Bulls FC Academy 1. See you next time.
Igual ya está.